Hey guys, on this video, I'll share with you yung tatlong trading indicators na ginagamit ko to make my trades profitable. For those that don't know, I actually trade primarily cryptocurrency and I also trade gold with leverage. And from time to time, I'll also do some forex trading. Regardless, yung trading indicators na ginagamit ko will apply to any and all trades that I do. And each trader has different trading indicators na ginagamit nila. These are the three that I prefer kasi simple lang siya at mabilis maintindihan. And so far, I've been very profitable with these indicators. But before we get started, share ko lang sa inyo that right now, my two favorite trades, Bitcoin and gold, are hitting their all-time highs. Bitcoin, as of the making of this video, is over $72,000 per Bitcoin. Yung gold naman, nasa $2,780 and up. It's hitting all-time highs. And the reason na itong dalawang assets na to are moving up and hitting all-time highs is because they are a great hedge against uncertainty and inflation. And right now, marami ng mga central banks of different countries that are starting to accumulate more gold and some are now also accumulating Bitcoin. Ginagawa nila to kasi sa mga panahon ngayon, maraming political and economic uncertainty na nangyayari. Hindi lang yon, alam din ng mga tao that the US dollar as a global reserve is losing its power. And there's a lot of skepticism to the strength of the US dollar because ang taas na talaga ng national debt ng US. So expect the price of these two assets to keep going up in the coming months to the coming year. Now, having said that, this creates a perfect opportunity to be trading these two assets. But before you can do any trades, importante that you set up your trading indicators on your web terminal. Now, I'm going to share with you guys the three trading indicators that I use to make my trades profitable. And you have a choice to be able to use MT5 or, in my case, I use the web terminal of Exness. Kasi gustong-gusto ko yung simpleng interface sila at mabilis maintindihan and I know where everything is. So let's get started. So una pag-usapan natin yung leverage. Ngayon may iba't ibang leverage ha. From a low of 10x leverage to as high as 2000x leverage. It depends kung ano yung tinetrade mo. Ngayon, when you're trading mga forex o kaya gold, yes, you can do a higher leverage from mga 100 to 200. Some are a little bit more speculative. They'll go to as high as 500 to 1,000 up to 2,000. Now remember, with a higher leverage, higher rewards, pero of course, higher risk. And you use a higher leverage on more stable trading pairs like forex at saka gold. Pero when it comes to Bitcoin, I don't use a lot of leverage, if any at all. Kasi Bitcoin is already volatile enough na pwede ka nang kumita ng malaki just by trading it on spot. But you can still trade it with leverage, pero just keep it minimal lang. Anything under 50x should be safe enough. For gold, I would recommend about 200x leverage. So let's talk about the three trading indicators na ginagamit ko. The first indicator that I use is the moving average. Now, the moving average, there are three moving averages that I like to use to be able to chart the price of any asset that I trade. So the moving average is based on the average based on a time period. So for example, ito yung tatlong moving average na ginagamit ko. One is the 200-day moving average. To set it up, you go to your indicators and then hanapin mo moving average. Yan. Then you click on moving average and once you click on it na, lalabas yung moving average mo and then you have to change the time. You have to click the three dots here and then go to your settings and change the length to 200 days or 200 period moving average basically. So, depende kasi kung ano yung time frame eh. Basta 200 yung lalagay mo na period na moving average mo, ayan. Tapos, pwede mo rin palitan yung color and ako, I like to use yellow for this one kasi this is going to be very visible. Makikita ko na yung baseline ko dito. A 200-day moving average will show you the overall trend of the asset you're trading. The next moving average I use is a shorter moving average where I would set it up at 100 period moving average. Yan, 100. And then I'll make this one red para naman distinct yung colors nila. This one will show me the quicker trend of which way the price is going. At dahil nagde-day trade ako, I also put a shorter moving average which is a 20-day moving average. And this one, I'll set it up in blue naman para distinct siya. Now, the moving average will give you an indicator of which way the trend is going. But moving average alone is not enough to be able to determine if you're going to buy or sell your assets. So the next indicator I use is the MACD. That's the moving average convergence divergence. This is how you set it up. You go to indicator and you type MACD. Ayan. Once you type it, it'll pop out at the bottom of your chart. Now, I actually love the MACD because dito mo makikita yung momentum at strength ng isang asset at kung saan papunta yung presyo niya. So may tatlong component yung MACD chart natin. And the blue line is your MACD line. Ito yung difference between the 26-day exponential average at yung 12-day exponential average. Yung susunod naman is the red line. Itong red line is the 9-day exponential moving average. And the 9-day exponential moving average is considered a signal line. Susunod naman is you have your histogram. Yung histogram mo is actually just the chart version of the MACD line and the signal line. Now, I'm gonna try to keep it simple for you guys para hindi kayo malito. Okay? I'm not going to use too much jargon. I'm just gonna explain to you how I read it as simply as I can. Okay, last but not least, we have the RSI. RSI naman is Real Strength Index. Dito mo makikita yung talagang momentum ng presyo ng mga assets na tinetrade mo. And RSI is considered a leading indicator, while the MACD naman is considered a lagging indicator. Nahuhuli siya. So the MACD will show you historical data to be able to make a decision, while the RSI is a leading indicator to be able to forecast where it's probably going. Ayan, once you type RSI, you click on it, it's already set up for you. Now that you have all three, now that you have your moving average on the chart, plus your MACD right underneath, and the RSI just below that, let me show you guys how I read all three to be able to make a decision to buy or sell in the simplest way possible. Okay guys, now the exciting part. Pag-usapan natin ngayon at share ko sa inyo kung paano ko binabasa itong mga charts ito, and I'll make it simple para maintindihan ng lahat kung paano ko ito ginagawa. And mind you, there's a lot of ways to read these charts and these indicators. Nasa sayo na yan kung ano ba yung komportable ka at ano yung nag-work para sa'yo. Some people will probably say that I read it wrong. Some people will say they read it the same way. Iba-iba tayong lahat. But I'll just share with you what's been working for me and what's been working for me for several years now. Okay, so let's first talk about the moving average. Di ba kanina binanggit ko sa inyo that I set up my moving average for 200 period moving average, 100 period moving average, or 20 period moving average. Ngayon, may iba naman, they do a shorter time period na instead of 20 period, 100 period, and 200 period, they'll do 5 period, 20 period, and then 100 period. So, it really depends kung ano yung komportable ka at anong klaseng trader ka. So, in my case, I use the 20, 100, and 200. And I usually start with a 15-minute chart kasi tinitignan ko lang kung ano ba yung action on the 15-minute time frame. At nakikita mo dito on the 15-minute time frame for gold, usually it's above the 20-period moving average. Pero once na it goes below the moving average, that signals a downtrend. And pag makita mo dito, no, yan, tumama na yan on the support line of the 100-period moving average. So at this point, titignan ko kung magbe-break yan ng 100-period moving average. Pero what I do, before I make a trade, I actually also look at the long-term trend. So titignan ko yan on a 1-hour chart, titignan ko kung nasan siya. At nakita mo naman dito sa 1-hour chart na nag-break na siya ng 20-period moving average niya. Ayan, na nag-break. And hindi ko alam kung tutuloy pa yung break na to on the long term. So, it could happen. Wala pa akong clear confirmation kung tutuloy-tuloy yung pagbaba nito or hindi. And I also look at the 4-hour time frame. At nakita mo talaga dito that overall, we're on an uptrend, a major uptrend. And it doesn't look like it's gonna slow down anytime soon. So before you make any trade, tignan mo rin yung dalawa pang indicators para magkaroon ka ng confirmation kung which way the momentum is going. So the other indicator that is very popular is the MACD. At dito mo makikita pag may mga crossover siya kung which direction the momentum is going. On top of that, meron ka pang histogram. Ito yung chart na nakita mo na green and red. Yan, from dark red, nagiging light red. From dark green, nagiging light green. It goes up and down depending on how strong or how weak the momentum is. So, when you look at this entire chart, usually you read it this way. For example, dito, makikita mo that the MACD line is above the signal line. That says that we're on a bullish trend right here. Ngayon, if it crosses below the signal line, it means it's the start of the downturn. At dito mo pwede i-base yung decisions mo whether you're gonna buy or sell depending on how you read this. Now, some people, ang ginagawa nila is titignan nila once na mag-cross yung MACD line sa signal line, that's already a signal for them to open a sell position or a short position. Kasi pababa na yan. May iba naman, they wait until both the signal line and the MACD line cross the center line bago sila mag-open ng sell position or short position. Ako mismo personally, I like to open a position when I see the MACD line cross the signal line. That's when I'll open a sell position. Now, if the MACD and the signal line are both below the center line, and then I see the MACD line cross above the signal line, that's my signal to open naman a buy position or a long position. But again, some people wait until mag-cross yan above the center line. Saka nila o-open yung buy position nila or yung long position nila. This is just one indicator. Now you have to look at it along with the third indicator, which is the real strength index. The real strength index or RSI is a leading indicator. At ang kailangan mong pansinin ng values dito ay yung top line niya, which is at 70, then yung midline niya at 50, and yung bottom line niya at 30. Pag makita mo tong graph niya hitting the 30 line or going below 30, that usually signals a good chance to be able to open a long position or a buy position. But you have to wait till a reversal. So when you see it below the 30 line, titignan mo muna kung paakit na siya to go back up na to the 50 line. That's a good chance to open a buy position na. And vice versa. Kung umabot naman siya sa 70 na, usually that means it's overbought. That usually means that it should start going down at that point. Again, there are two ways of reading it. Some traders like to wait until it crosses the 50 line. So, let's say it's at 70, antayin nila tumama ng 50 at to go below 50 before they open a sell position or a short position. And vice versa, pag kunwari galing na yan sa 30, paakit na yan, aantayin muna nila yan mag-cross ng 50 na line. Pag cross nun, saka na sila mag-open ng buy position or long position so that they can make money going up naman. Ako mismo, I like to buy or sell at the top and the bottom of the RSI. So pag nakita kong below 30, I'm usually opening a buy position na. Tapos pag nasa 70 line naman siya, nakita kong pababa na, I usually open a position from that point as well. So yun normally yung strategy ko. Now, if you look at all three indicators at the same time, then it gives you a clear picture if the price is gonna keep going up or it's gonna keep going down. At ang maganda dito, and you make sure that you do this, is to look at it from different time frames. So for scalpers, you can do a 5-minute time frame or even 1-minute time frame kung talagang mabilisan yung buy and sell mo. Pero 5-minute time frame is what I look at, and then I also do the 15-minute time frame, and then I'll go to the 1-hour time frame to see lang the overall trend. And then I'll check the moving averages, the 3 moving averages that I have to determine which way it's going. And then I will confirm it using the MACD and then look for another confirmation in the RSI. Once I see that all three give me the same confirmations, then I know that it's going either one way or the other. Now, that's the simple way of looking at these indicators. Trust me, it gets more complicated when you're going to be talking about bullish divergence and bearish divergence. Pero sa ngayon, let's just keep it simple and then try it out and see if you can understand which way the prices are going based on these three indicators and see what works for you. And by the way, I'll add lang, I love the fact na may economic calendar itong ginagamit kong web terminal ng Exness. Kasi pag tinignan mo to, ayan yung may US flag, it means there's news from the United States. Click mo lang yan and it'll tell you what the news is. You know kasi it has an impact on the price, so it's a good chance to be able to look at these information because a lot of times you will need some macroeconomic news to be able to determine which way the price is going. And that's it. Sana nakatulong itong video na to para sa mga newbies natin or mga novice traders. And by the way, I just want to remind everyone, I just shared with you what I do personally. I am not an expert trader. And trust me, there are a lot of better traders than me. So please do your own research. See what works for you. For the ones that are just starting trading, mag-start ka muna with a demo account. Try out these indicators using a demo account. Put the amount that you're willing to trade or that you're comfortable trading with. And start with that. And I like what Tito Vlog said. He said na try mo muna to trade on the demo account for at least 30 days and see if you're a winning trader in 30 days. Pagkatapos ng 30 days, kung winning trader ka at you're up in your portfolio, then and only then should you open a real account. Para that way, kung natatalo ka, ang nasusunog lang is demo account, hindi totoong pera. And you get to learn to trade with no emotions because that is the hardest part to master. And that's it. If you guys like videos like this, please subscribe to this YouTube channel kasi sa channel na to, dito natin pinag-uusapan ng mga trading ideas, investing ideas, Bitcoin, crypto, Forex, and gold. And we also talk about money hacks and money tips. Thanks everyone. Ito si Kristan. And remember, I am not your financial advisor.